What is going on YouTube, and welcome back to my channel, JoJo Speaks. Thank you all so much for joining me for this being my review for the Real Housewives of Atlanta Season 17, Episode 17, the finale. First thing I want y'all to do before we get started, be sure to subscribe to my channel. Also, be sure to press the thumbs up button, leave a comment, and make sure you press the notification bell as well so you're notified every time I post a new video. And also be sure to share JoJo Speaks with all your family, friends, and loved ones. Let everybody know JoJo Speaks is out here in these YouTube streets. So as y'all know, I only talk about the things that really stood out to me. So let's get into this finale episode. So we sort of kind of get a little bit more of Shamia. She's meeting with her surrogate. And Shamia's husband is there as well. They're speaking to the surrogate. Once again, Shamia and her husband are trying to get a boy. I think they have 2 or 3 girls thus far, and Shamia's husband really wants a boy. And I do hope this does work out for them. But Shamia is really acting like if this doesn't go through, that'll be the end of their marriage, or that'll cause a rift between Shamia and her husband. Like, Shamia is saying like this is really, 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 really important. So I hope they get what they're looking for. We saw in the closing edits with giving us an update on all the housewives that Shamia's surrogate is pregnant. Now, I haven't heard any news of a child being born as of yet, so I'm not sure the final results of that storyline. But once again, I do hope that Shamia and her husband get what they're looking for. Drew is throwing a birthday party for her mother at an Airbnb. She said that she wanted it to happen at her marital home where Ralph is currently residing in the basement. But Ralph said no. And Drew tells this to Phaedra, and Phaedra's like, Ralph said no. Like, Ralph has a say in this as well. I don't know if I'm just rooting for Ralph because I think he's fine, or I'm rooting for Ralph because I don't like Drew. I don't know what it is, but I have no issues with it. But Drew has said on many occasions how much her mother helps her with her kids. And so, Drew's mother is obviously very close to her. And I also love Drew's mother's hair. It's gorgeous. The red, I think their locks as well. They look beautiful. But I'm so glad that Drew is able to celebrate her mother. We should all feel the need to celebrate our mothers, especially those of us who have great mothers. So that was great for Drew. That's nice for Drew to get some shine on this episode as well. So shout out to Drew. We also get Portia and Sway. Portia and Sway are sort of trying to kind of trying to figure out what they're doing. Turns out that Sway was in a relationship or in an entanglement of sorts. Like, Sway was, seeing other people as well. So she really can't be too upset for Portia, quote, dating Mike. But, it is what it is. But Sway's trying to make things a little bit more official. She wants to be with Portia. And I don't know if you saw a couple of maybe like 2 months ago that there was a picture of Portia being proposed to by Sway. So I'm not sure if Portia's going to be revealing that at the reunion or what, or was it a proposal at all? I mean, Sway was on her knees. So, it is what it is. But anyways, I don't know how I feel about Portia and Sway necessarily, because I tend not to believe anything that Portia says in any way, shape, or form. However, this does sort of kind of seem real. Like, I don't know. I don't know if Portia has ever truly looked for true love. And I have a feeling that she's really stepping out and trying to see if she can find love with Sway. And in a way, I find that to be a beautiful thing. I think Portia's still trying to figure herself out, still trying to figure out what her actual identity is. Is she bisexual? Is she just curious? What is Portia? And I applaud her for going through that journey on national television. If that's the first nice thing that I ever said about Portia. But it is true. I do commend her for taking this journey, whether it's actual factual or not. I appreciate this storyline from Portia. I really do. We also get Angela. She's wrapping up things with her daughter. Apparently, her daughter's marriage is not going the smoothest. She's sitting down with Angela's daughter is sitting down with Angela and Charles. Charles is really not contributing to the conversation so much. Angela does ask him a question, he does answer it, but I like that Charles is kind of keeping it at an arm's length, since Angela's daughter is not his child. So, it is what it is. But Angela asked her daughter, do you have any regrets? And, her daughter ends up saying, yes, I do. And, you were right about a lot of things. Now, I'm not exactly sure what that entails specifically. But I'm so glad that we see them on the same page. We saw them in a confessional together. So they're clearly, they seem to be on great terms. And I'm happy to see that. I am really happy to see that. So that was great. That was great. And we end the episode with K Michelle's listening party for her country album, which is out right now. So, if you guys are interested, please go check out K Michelle's country album. I don't even know what the album's title name is, but she invites all the ladies, and this is where we're going to end the thing. K Michelle has this song called Jesus and Whiskey. It's okay. Typically when K Michelle sings, she really doesn't sing with like a country accent necessarily. Even though she naturally has a country accent, but hearing her sort of kind of trying to put on this country accent while she's singing, it's just different for me. It's just really, really different for me. Country music has never been my thing, although I will say that there are some country artists that I do enjoy. One who won American Idol, but I later found out she was MAGA, so I ain't even gonna put her name out there. But I love the Rascal Flatts. I think Sugarland is another group, the group with that woman and those two men. I do enjoy them as well. But I'm not like really into country music like that. Like I don't listen to Shabusi. I really wasn't into Old Town Road by Lil Nas X, but it is what it is. But I'm glad that K Michelle is doing what it is that she desires to do. She wanted to start out singing country music, but she was told that, black women singing country music is just not going to work out. So I'm so glad that K Michelle is doing what she wants to do. She sings about 3 or 4 songs, and then she does a country version of VSOP. Shamia takes the mic and, she sings a little bit. She sounds pretty good. Angela takes the mic, and Angela, even though she's not a singer, she does her best. And I think Angela was a little bit inebriated as well. She also hands the mic to Phaedra. Phaedra sings a little bit. I believe Portia sang a little bit. She sounded real churchy when she was singing though, but hey, it is what it is. It's not often that we hear Portia singing on the show, so it's sort of kind of nice to hear her singing a little bit, even though she's not the best singer in the world. Because she can still hold a note, so that's great for her. And then Drew, of course. Drew, while Shamia was singing, Drew was like, I don't know the words to this song. I hope they don't bring that mic nowhere near me. K Michelle is telling her, you ain't got to know the words, girl. Just riff a little bit. Come on, riff for me, girl. And Drew did a little something, something. So it turned out great. And we're getting towards the end of the night. We never really got a resolution on what the whole deal was with the horse and Drew and Terry. Shamia is complaining, saying that the horse defecated on her property. It caused, it broke some rules of her house HOA type thing. It's I don't know if Shamia's I don't, because Shamia's got quite a few fines because of this horse. I don't know if Shamia is serious about, wanting Drew to pay the fines because, her husband has a lot of money. So I just thought that was really, really funny. And, some of the ladies are questioning whether Drew set this whole thing up with the horse and Terry. And I definitely believe that it is true. And K Michelle actually said after it happened, like, girl, you got to produce a little bit better. So it is what it is. But at the end of the night, Drew is getting all the girls together. They're going to take some pictures. And, K Michelle and Drew actually start to get into it. K Michelle says, like, there are some things that you've said that I haven't agreed with, and this, and that, and this, and that. And Drew takes it the complete wrong way and, starts an argument after about it, which I don't know why this was necessary. We're not going to get a conclusion on this issue. It was K Michelle that was bringing up Black a little bit more than Drew was, so I do take Drew's side on this particular argument. However, I don't think Drew really had to take it there one more time. I didn't think that was necessary per se, but it is what it is. Drew does fall as she's being led out of the establishment. Drew said that she was pushed or, something of that nature, but, the footage clearly shows that she probably tripped over a dresser or something like that. But overall, I'd say that this was a decent season. I will say that I enjoyed the first three episodes the most out of the entire season. However, I felt as though it sort of kind of went downhill from there. Um, I really enjoy the fact that Pinky has sort of kind of found her footing in this group. Initially, I wasn't necessarily impressed by Pinky being in the show. However, as time has gone on, I feel as though she's sort of kind of found her way in this thing, and I would not be upset if Pinky came back next season. Pinky actually seems like a really fun type girl, so I enjoy Pinky. I really do. I'm still on the fence about K Michelle. I'm 100% sure she's going to be coming back next season, and I just hope that she really finds her way within this group of girls. I really do. Also, I forgot to mention Kelly. She was getting prepared to go to court with her ex-husband, but it turns out that her ex-husband was found in contempt, and at the end of the episode, he was incarcerated. So there's that. I really don't think Kelly needs to come back next season, especially with her. Like, I'm still upset that she didn't reveal the Jarvis's face. Like, I have the feeling there's a possibility that Jarvis doesn't exist, but who knows? It is what it is. But let me know what you guys thought about the episode and the season overall. What are you looking forward to being revealed in the reunion? Let me know down in the comments. Be sure to join me every Thursday night at 8 p.m. for my live Hot Topics and Social Commentary show. I go live every Thursday night at 8 p.m. with my sister Prophetic Fire Reiki, as well as our friend Bianca Edwards. We always have an amazing time talking about the latest happenings and goings on in the world. So join us every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Thank you so much for watching the video. I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.